Thank you very much. Well, nice to be back after getting my coffee refill here, and I'm going to mix up, the same as I did the first set. Mix up some originals and some cover tunes. I'm going to go back and talk about country music now. Any country music fans here? Oh wow! I better be careful then. But the first star of country was Jimmy Rogers. The Carter family and Jimmy Rogers both recorded on the same day in 1927 by Ralph Peer in Bristol, Tennessee. That's in eastern Tennessee, near to Knoxville and to Nashville. But and he was from Meridian, Mississippi, Jimmy Rogers, and so he was a brakeman on the railway, and he was called the singing brakeman. And the reason he went into recording was because he had tuberculosis, and he didn't have long to live, and he could no longer do the work he was doing. So in a way, it was a gift to the world, because he decided he wasn't going to work on the railway. He was just going to sing, and he ended up dying in 1933. So he only had like 6 years. But he was the originator of what was then hillbilly music. It was rural white music. Rural black music was blues. Rural white music was hillbilly. And he was like the big star. And he was on RCA Victor Records, and he sold 10% of their albums in, I think, 1931 or 2. So he was like a huge deal. And this was a new market for them. They'd never really sold rural kind of country music, So I'm going to start with one of his tunes. And it involves you guys singing, obviously. So, but basically my point with this tune is that it's basically blues. It's basically blues. Country is blues, but it's just got something different. The chord structures, the melodic structures, where the chords fall, which chords used, it's all the same. But he was he broke the mold with what he did in this tune. You all know what it is, and we'll all do it, and it's gonna be fun. It's good for our health. Here we go. T from Texas, T for Tennessee, T for Texas, T for Tennessee, T for Thelma. That gal made a wreck out of me. Here's the difference. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. You don't want me, mama. You sure don't have to stall. You don't want me, mama. You sure don't have to stall. 'Cause I can get more women than a passenger train can haul. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. He was happily married, by the way. Well, I'm going where the water drinks like cherry wine. Going where the water drinks like cherry wine. 'Cause it's Georgia water. What it tastes like turpentine. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Texas, a T for Tennessee, T for Texas, T for Tennessee, T for Thelma. Here comes our big final yodel coming up here. Well, that gal made a wreck out of me. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. So I did that little yodeling song because this song has a little yodel, and this is one of my tunes. But this is more inspired by a guy named Charlie Patton, who was called the father of the blues, the father of the country blues, the Delta blues. I said, I'm walking like a beast into the fall. Talking like a chain, talking to a dog. With a heavy mind and a heart like a hollow log. I carried every everything I found all along the way. I said you never know what you're gonna need from day to day. Well, my load got heavy, but I held on anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Always worried what was coming up around the bend. You see, every turn could have been my final end. But when you ride on the river, well, change is your only friend. Try to find some escape on the drugstore shelf. Feed the ghosts and relieve my mental health. But you run long enough, you're gonna run into yourself. Yeah. Yeah. I'm walking on the street of a different kind. Yeah, I watch the water through the windows of my mind. And I never turn around because the past making me blind. Yeah. Anyone want to help me? Go ahead. I almost did that note. It's like I felt like I should be in one of those cover bands. I went to my nephew's wedding in Port Mouton in, or as they call it in Nova Scotia, Mountain Point. But Port Mouton in Nova Scotia on the, like next to Peggy's Cove, and the wedding band was there, and they're doing all the hits, you know, but all of the high parts, they had a female singer. They hit them all, because there's no man alive that could do that, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, while I'm here, I'm going to just play this little tune. This is how did country get popular? I was kind of curious, you know, it sold well, Jimmy Rogers, people like that toured around, but it got popular through films and television. And one of the main proponents of it was Roy Rogers and his wife, Dale Evans. And Roy Rogers' real name, by the way, was Leonard Franklin Sly. Born in 1911, died in 1998. So Roy Rogers was not, you know, Leonard Sly. But his wife was the songwriter. Dale Evans wrote the songs. He didn't write any music, but she wrote his theme song, and we all know this tune, of course. They had a radio show in the 40s, and they had for 7 years, they had a TV show, and this was the last tune of every episode, and it's a great little song. It's the perfect tag for the end of a show, so we'll all sing this together. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. It's perfect. It's perfect. I think she probably made a lot of money off of that song. So I'm going to play, here I go. I'm going to play this one, someone from Kentucky here. Is he still here? Yeah. Oh, where?
No, I had to go to...
Oh, he had to leave. Oh, okay, because we were talking about Kentucky and Kentucky Colonel. I'm going to play this tune. This is an old song. It's from 1852, and it's a Stephen Foster tune. It's still the state song of Kentucky, even though it has a very troubled history. This is a minstrel song. Stephen Foster wrote parlor music, Jeannie with the Light Brown Hair, Hard Times, Beautiful. He wrote a few hymns, but he wrote about 30 minstrel songs. Oh, Susanna, Camptown Races, Way Down Upon river. Old folks at home, he wrote these tunes. And that song and this song are part of a set of songs. Minstrelsy was about white Americans performing in blackface and sort of in a mocking way. But this song is basically about an enslaved person missing the plantation. That's what a whole bunch of minstrel songs are about. It's like, oh, I left and now I'm free. It's like, I wish I was back at the old great place that I used to have. Well, this is this weird, but this is the state song of Kentucky. But the only reason I will play it is because it's historically important. It's a good song. And the other reason is because Stephen Foster was married to Jane McDowell, Jeannie with light brown hair. Jane McDowell, her father was a professor at Harvard. He was very progressive. He had African Americans working for him at Harvard, pushing like for abolition and slavery. And because he married her and she was kind of above him, smarter than him, Stephen Foster, turned his mind. He was kind of on the fence about it, but he came to her side and started writing songs which, while they were still minstrel songs, they had real characters in them who had real emotions. And even Frederick Douglass, the abolitionist, anti-slavery professor in the 19th century America, said that this song particularly helped the cause because it made whites think about African Americans having real feelings. Anyway, that's the context for this tune. There was a person here from Kentucky, and we were talking about Kentucky Colonel. So anyway, this is the tune, but it is a beautiful song. And again, he had sort of pivoted to anti-slavery. By the time he wrote this, 1852, he was kind of on the other side of the issue. So here it is. The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. To summer and the people are gay. Where the corn tops ripe and the meadows all in bloom, while the birds make sweet music all the day. The young folks roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by, hard times come a knocking at the door. Then my old Kentucky home, good night. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for the old Kentucky home, for the old Kentucky home far away. The day goes by like a shadow on the heart, with sorrow where all was delight. Where the time has come, where the people have to part, then my old Kentucky home, good night. My old Kentucky home. And the thing about Stephen Foster, the troubling thing is he wrote these songs that just are incredibly beautiful and they age really well, And so anyway, it's an interesting historical figure. I'm going to do one of my tunes now, and this is a sing-along, surprise. But this is a song I wrote called "That Bird Has My Wings," about an inmate on death row named Jarvis J. Masters. He's been on death row since 1991 in San Quentin. He's convicted of something that he didn't do. He's basically a Hurricane Carter story, and he's got the largest law firm in the United States right now. They take one case to work pro bono on, and they're working on his case right now. Oprah Winfrey's in his corner, but people have been working for this guy's freedom for many years. He's become a Buddhist, he's written books, and one of the stories he tells is being in his cell, and this like 5 by 9 foot cell, and he was in solitary for 20 years. It was a record in San Quentin. So imagine the mental strength of this guy. The only way he could conjure freedom was by looking out the window and seeing birds flying by, and he would just kind of put himself in the bird's being and kind of imagine that. But the other inmates who were out in the yard would throw rocks at the birds. So he'd yell at the bird, yell it out the window to these inmates, which we couldn't see, but he'd say, "Don't hurt that bird has my wings." And so the name of the song is That Bird Has My Wings. And there's a sing-along part of it. I'm working you guys hard today. But just think about all the work that Barry has had to do with that woodblock. I mean, you know, he's going to need some heat or something, some liniment maybe for that wrist. I don't know. Sorry, Barry, I should tease you. Torn up and tired, no light to inspire, but I know I'm gonna get back to the air. It's a matter of time, a matter of love over despair. So when I look up and the sky's full of clouds, I can always find one beautiful thing. That bird has my wings. Please don't harm that pretty little bird. That bird has my wings. That's the sing-along right there. I'm wandering around and I'm so heavy on the ground, but one day I'm gonna break these bonds and fly. It's a matter of time, a matter of love, we can't deny. When I can barely raise my head, I will remember that the darkness holds beautiful things. That bird has my wings. That bird has my wings. Please don't harm that pretty little bird. That bird has my wings. That bird has my wings. That bird has my wings. Please don't harm that pretty little bird. That bird has my wings. Has my wings. Oh, while they mend. Holds my wings just like a friend. Knows my wings are gonna bend, but they will never break. Can't pretend to have a clue about the end, but I choose to trust and try every day. It's a matter of time until love will light my way. When I can barely breathe, I will remember to raise my little voice up and sing. That bird has my wings. Please don't harm that pretty little bird. That bird has my wings. That bird has my wings. That bird has my wings. Please don't harm that pretty little bird. That bird has my wings. That bird has my wings. That bird has my wings. Please don't harm that pretty little bird. That bird has my wings. I'm looking at this iPad. It presents songs in a list, and I tried to eliminate the ones that I didn't want to play. But I see this one here, and I sort of want to play it, but I know I shouldn't. But this is a song. I'll play it really quick. This is from 1867. 1867. It came third place in a competition to write a song about Canada at Confederation, and it was this didn't win the prize. It came third, but it was written by a guy named Alexander Muir, who was born in Scotland and came to Canada. Born in 1833. Came to Canada. He was a school teacher, but he was, more or less Canadian. He was 3 years old when they came here. Anyway, and this was the de facto national anthem of Canada. And I'm playing it only to say, thank God that we moved past this as the national anthem of Canada, because this would have been what we were singing He had nothing to write about. 1867, Canada had no history. So what did he put in here? And I don't go into all the verses, but he writes about the War of 1812 and the important battles in the War of 1812, because America, eminent domain, they basically thought, we're going to take over everything. We're going west and we're going north, whatever. And those battles were actually important because Canada wasn't a threat, you know. And I recently was reading about the Civil War and how Britain actually helped the Confederate side because they didn't want America to kind of come out unscathed, and they were kind of trying to stem the development. Anyway, so here's the song. A version of the song. In days of yore from Britain's shore, Wolfe, the dauntless hero, came and planted firm Britannia's flag on Canada's fair domain. Here may it wave our boast, our pride, and joined in love together. The thistle, shamrock, rose entwined, the maple leaf forever. The maple leaf, our emblem dear, the maple leaf forever. God save our queen and heaven bless the maple leaf forever. It could have been asked before every hockey game. Thank God it's not.
Excuse me. Where did you find that? Not only the lyrics, but the tune.
The tune, well, I just listened to versions of the tune. There's all kinds of them. Oh yeah, and the person who blew my mind the most of that was Anne Murray at Maple Leaf Gardens before a game. I don't know what, I can't remember why, but that's the song she came out and sang, and she walked out there with no accompaniment, no tuning fork, nothing, and she just blew it out of the park. Like, that's a professional singer, you know what I mean?
I noticed you brought the banjo along.
I did bring the banjo, yeah, I'm going to play it. I am going to play the banjo, I promise you. It's not a prop. That's right. That's the definition of a gentleman, someone who can play the banjo and doesn't. That's right. I will play it, actually, but I'll play this one first. We're taking a little trip here, a little fun trip. This is a big song from the Civil War. I'm going to play 2 Civil War songs, and then I'll play the banjo. That makes no sense. I should be playing the banjo for the Civil War songs. But this song was written by Julia Ward Howe in 1861. She woke up one morning, she wrote out these lyrics, and then, as they did many times, she just took an old melody to a song called John Brown's Body, and they made this song. And this was like the big song for the Union side. There was 2. This was one of them, and I'm going to play both of them here because you'll know them all, and they're super fun to sing, and we are in church. So this kind of feels right. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Okay, everybody, here we go. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. One more verse. I have read a fiery gospel written, burnished rows of steel. As he deal with my condemner, so with you my grace shall deal. Let the hero born of woman crush the serpent with his heel, since God is marching on. More time, glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah.